Nuit Blanche, One Sleepless Night, September 29. Toronto will be transformed by hundreds of artists in a celebration of contemporary art from sunset to sunrise. Among the cutting-edge work, a very delicate installation featuring twisted, hand-blown neon tubes by the same artists who created the light sculpture dominating the atrium at Mississauga Square One. The Nuit Blanche project is presented by the Clay and Glass Gallery in Waterloo. Curator, Christian Bernard Singer.
The idea behind this project was to get the Canadian Clay and Glass Gallery out front and center in Toronto in a larger market so that people would know about the gallery and the cutting-edge projects that we do at the gallery, and that we really are about showcasing contemporary art that happens to be made in clay or glass.
Glass artist Alfred Engerer.
We are making like hand-blown neon tubes, a process I've been involved with since like the late 80s. We have this perfect match of bringing something together in this like wonderful, like supremely unique location in the inner business core of Toronto, the first Canadian place, courtyard with the waterfall at King and York. This is lucky that this is available to us through the benevolence of the Living Arts Centre and our friend here, Kathy Hibbets, another glassblower. I'm working today with one of my partners, Horst Tatarin, one of my original partners in the Outlaw Neon, a guerrilla arts group. This is melting on the color bar. So it's basically a mix of graphics and fluid hand-blown neon lines, and this is all going to be conglomerated into this whirlwind of activity amongst the trees within that courtyard at the first Canadian place on that night of Nuit Blanche. Okay, give me the air, slow. We have worked in probably a dozen different studios around southern Ontario and elsewhere over the years, making this kind of work. And every studio, given the equipment they have and the kind of glass they use, creates a new set of like obstacles for us to work through as we do it. So we've never made these tubes in the studio before, and so we are learning with the studio, relearning ourselves and how we are working with the studio and its nuances as we go. There will be probably a total within the installation somewhere in the neighborhood of around 60 to 70 tubes of the traditional hand-bent form of neon and the more fluid, more dramatic, more balletic Outlaw Neon style work of the hand-blown. Hold it, Kathy. Hold it. Hold it. Hey, Kathy, flip. What we do, what Horst and I do in this, no one else does. We are really quite unique in this. Our stuff is great. We're not trying to denigrate what came before us. We respect that tradition and that ability and that craft, but that is a dying scene and it's going away, and so probably what will end up being is only what we do.
After the installation at Nuit Blanche, the piece will then come to the Canadian Clay and Glass Gallery and be exhibited at the Canadian Clay and Glass Gallery, be completely reconfigured for the space there. And we are looking at the possibility of having it showing elsewhere. And there's also now there's some interest generated in the possibility of purchasing the piece.
Outlaw Neon, the Clay and Glass at Nuit Blanche.